Splat-a-ta-ta-ta-ta time!
Yes, welcome to Splatalot, the magical, mythical kingdom where 10 brave young warriors go head-to-head with those despicable defenders as they compete to capture the much-treasured Splatalot crown.
Can the defenders keep the castle safe from the attackers, or will our young warriors overcome every obstacle and find a true champion to rule the kingdom?
One thing's for sure, there will be the odd tumble, the occasional tilt, a hint of teeter, and a whole load of splat! Hello, I'm Prince William.
I'm the Duchess of Cambridge.
And this is Splatalot, the perfect marriage of majestic mayhem and splat-fueled sovereignty.
Of course, not all of that is strictly true.
I knew it! I always have my doubts about you, Kate.
But no, I mean, it's not always the perfect marriage. I mean, yes, it's fun to watch the attackers and defenders battling it out amongst all that mess and mayhem, but that moat doesn't clean itself, you know. Someone has to tidy up afterwards. I mean, sure, it looks lovely now. I mean, that moat challenge would be perfect if 10 attackers didn't have to race across it. And then in round 2, the 6 fastest just mess up the course completely. But the final, do you know how long it takes to clean after they splatter their way to that crown?
So what are you saying?
Well, I just think you could help around the place a little bit more.
What do you mean? I take the defenders for a walk every night.
But they're still not house-trained. I mean, they've ruined the scatter cushions.
Let's get back to round 1. We start with the baffling barrels and piercing pellets, then it's up the slippery slope and across the rolling mace.
Which is a nightmare to clean.
All right. Beware the Splatzuka guarding the impossible incline, which in turn leads to the battle axes. The bridge of disaster follows, and finally the debilitating disc takes you over the finish line.
Which can get really grubby.
Grubby doesn't even come close to describing our next lot.
Yeah, that course wouldn't get half as messy if it weren't for this menagerie of medieval muppets.
Yes, it's the defenders. 3 of them will be taking part in the moat challenge, and they are the brainless barbarian,
Scab!
the mouthy messmeister Mediva, and finally our blue-eyed basher Thorn.
I'll be the Thorn in your generic screaming.
So Thorn is on the equalizer, Scab's on the Splatzuka, and Mediva's on slime duty.
Here's attacker number 1, Christianna.
Crazy funky monkey, whoa!
How will our crazy funky monkey do on the barrels?
Crunchy, funky, funky.
Monkey chunky, funky monkey chunky.
Funky, funky, trunky.
Crazy, funky, monkey. It's not that difficult.
Funky, monkey, chunky. Whoa!
Screamy, scabby, splatty, watty.
Can we all stop talking like toddlers?
Well, Christianna has toppled beautifully over the base.
Down the incline. No, she's overbalanced down. Hickey splots.
You'd have thought that tail would have helped.
If it were real, it might have.
Let's see your funky monkey, girl.
I like it. It's funky.
Well, here comes the monkey. Chimpanzee, that. She's in the moat.
Well, a little bit of monkey business often leads to a big, fat, juicy splat.
Monkey, swimmy, splatty, sunky, monkey.
He's just saying words now.
Here's Christianna on the bridge.
Thorn unleashes the equalizer, and Christianna gets a soaking, but she doesn't fall.
I don't like monkeys.
Can she use her monkey skills swinging on the rope?
Nimble puppies.
Well, she swung like a monkey, but landed like an elephant.
I don't think an elephant would have got this far around the course.
But that heavy landing hasn't stopped her from posting an amazing time of 2:56.
And it hasn't stopped us from gooing her. Here's our next attacker.
You gotta risk it to get the biscuit.
Biscuits, I'll have one.
There are no biscuits, just barrels of water.
I don't like water biscuits. I'm a Garibaldi man.
Just a phrase. In this case, the crown is the biscuit.
Oh, what kind?
It doesn't matter.
Well, it does to me. I'm not risking it for a ginger nut.
Back to the course. Alexsandra's too fast down the incline, and Minky.
Well, she risked it for the biscuit, but that's just the way the cookie crumbled.
That joke really takes the biscuit.
And Alexsandra takes next to no time getting round the moat. 3:38 is pretty slick.
Just like that goo.
Live big.
But splat bigger. Strozza pretty.
And Josh gets a proper Splatalot welcome from the slippery slope.
No, Dom, I think you'll find that this is a proper Splatalot welcome. Well, that welcome hasn't fazed Joshua at all. He's over the mace, dodging the paintballs, and dealing with the slime.
Plus, he's keeping his balance throughout.
Pity, because that means less splats.
Joshua lives big with that very small time of 3:13. Thank you, Maarukh, but it's not quite in the same league as Scab's Raw.
I'm sure he'll have something to say about that.
I will teach you some vocal exercises. For example, Maarukh!
Another valuable lesson from Scab there. Has it taught Maarukh anything?
Balucci!
Actually, if anything, she's now even quieter.
Girl, you better recognize who you messing with.
Amuru! What a water blast!
But despite that impact, she still gives the defenders the silent treatment and stays on her feet with cat-like precision.
And Maarukh finishes in 6:49.
I'm 15 and I have a beard.
That's nice, Hasan. I think you'll find the barrels are pretty hairy too.
I can see some determination in this child. Well, this man.
Nine. Yeah.
Or as he says, The assassinator.
We go assassinate him.
Well, Hasan hasn't let the defenders get to him. He's on the mace, but he's slipping and whack-a-nang!
Yes, Hasan dunks his goatee in the moti.
How will he cope on the battle axes? Nearly there. Onto the second and Mezzaluni!
You know, sometimes a splat comes along that you just want to see over and over again, and then maybe even one more time for good measure. Marvellous.
There goes the hairs on his chinny chin.
Well, even after that close shave with the axes, hairy Hasan finishes with a pretty trim time.
So how about some pretty grim slime?
Now that was a fast first half, but who was the fastest? Let's check out the leaderboard.
Christianna is safe in first place, but Maarukh might not be roaring into the next round as she's currently last.
Her fate lies in the hands of the next 5 attackers, who will be doing their level best to beat those first half times.
And remember, the defenders will be doing their best to slow them down, so the outcome is still uncertain.
But we can absolutely, definitely, 100% guarantee that it will get very spratty indeed.
There is one other thing we can guarantee. Our first attacker of the day, crazy funky monkey Christianna, is through to the second round.
Yep, the 6 fastest attackers automatically qualify. So with only 5 more attackers to race, Christianna has secured 6th place at least.
But there were a lot of fast times in the first half, so I'm not sure if I'd want to be in any of the remaining attackers' shoes.
Well, you know, they don't always wear shoes.
Even better. Neither do I.
Oh, man! Toe cheese!
Let's have a look at those fast times again. So, Christianna's through, but Josh, Alexsandra and Hasan are all under 4 minutes.
The defenders are back out on the moat, but in the second half, they have a lot to prove.
Here's Rafael.
I get girls. Why? Because I'm Raf.
Okay, Raf, but will you get the barrels?
No, the barrels have just got him.
Please don't laugh, but Raf has just gone past.
Hey, Rafael. Is that a Spanish name? I speak Spanish. Did you not know that?
I didn't know that, Scab.
Hablo español.
So the vocal coach is now giving Spanish lessons.
I'm in the mood for a taco.
Oh dear, I think Madiba is confusing Spanish-speaking Mexico, where they eat tacos, with Spain, whereas everyone knows they only eat Spanish omelets.
Andale.
Splatalot, Splatalot!
Yes, the rain in Splatalot falls mainly on the Rafael. Forget the Spanish lessons. Rafael is getting a lesson in moat defence.
But to be fair, I think he just got an A-star in applied splatting.
But it's not an A-star for that time of 9:17, which puts him in last place.
I like squirrels.
Well, I'm sure they like you too, Brittany.
Brittany braves the mace.
And now she's ready to take on the incline.
She's got a bit of balance, this one. She reminds me a bit like a squirrel.
Can we make Scab and Brittany's dreams come true?
Yes, we can. Although I think she should lose the tail before she gets to the battle axes. Yep.
Now, can she maintain her balance?
So far, so... Oh, piece of cherry!
And bushy-tail Brittany has to take a sip of moat juice.
You think it's easy, do you?
Why isn't Thorn defending?
Ira Woody, that's why.
And for a brief moment, Brittany becomes a flying squirrel. But as any pilot will tell you, the flying part is easy compared to the landing.
That one was roadkill.
And that time of 3:20 is good enough for round 2.
YOLO!
YOLO, you only live once, says Carly.
And we say Splatto!
I didn't know bodies could do that.
Well, Carly proves to be quite agile. I'm not sure I could pat myself on the back with my own foot.
Nearly over the maze now, and Fonobashi!
I'd like to see that again 3 times. 1, a 2, and a 3. Oh, thank you very much.
Onto the battle axes. Oh, Zalanza!
And the water blast does it again. But when you combine that with the incline, you get one spectacular splat.
Child, that was so nice, I might have to do it twice. Ah!
Ah!
Awkward.
I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Give me a... Ah!
Ha! Ha!
Oh dear, the defenders get lost in their own little world. But will Carly lose out too? That time of 5:16 puts her in 6th place.
Ugh.
Nom nom bacon.
Here's Tobias.
I thought the mosquito just landed on my hand.
Don't make Scab angry, Tobias.
Come on, why are you defending?
Now he's taunting Thorn.
How'd you like that?
Thorn gets a little payback, but it won't bother Tobias. 2:15 is the fastest time today.
He doesn't even seem to mind the goo.
Blue, my favourite colour.
I like pink.
Well, I like chips, Victoria. Now get on with it.
Oh dear, liking pink doesn't seem to have helped for some reason.
In fact, she seems a little bit adrift. She's quite a long way away from those barrels.
Come on, Victoria, do we have to draw you a map?
You need a GPS, girl.
What are you doing?
Drawing a map.
Oh, where would I be without you?
There she is.
Now can she find her way over the maze?
Ruler!
Sadly for Victoria, it doesn't seem to matter which direction she takes. She always ends up in the moat.
Well, eventually she finds her bearings, but that time just simply is not good enough.
Goodbye, Victoria.
And hello to our fastest attackers, Tobias, Christianna, Joshua, Brittany, Alexsandra and Hasan. Yes, they proved to be the fastest round the moat, but can they now ditch the dungeon?
It'll be an uphill struggle for some, a downhill journey for others, and a torrent of splats for one and all. So we have 3 boys and 3 girls who've made it through round 1. We know they have speed, but do they have what it takes to get through round 2?
What's that?
What's what?
What it takes?
To do what?
To get through round 2. What does it take to get through round 2?
Ah, well, most importantly, they need to have that certain je ne sais quoi.
What's that then?
Oh, you know, je ne sais quoi, the X Factor.
The X Factor. Oh, thank you, Gary Barlow. So, in summary, to win round 2, they need to have what it takes, a certain je ne sais quoi, and the X Factor. Well, I'm sure we're now all the wiser.
Just here to help, dear.
So, here are the 6 attackers with that certain indefinable something. Tobias, Christianna, Joshua, Brittany, Alexsandra, and Hasan.
So let's reveal the course that stands between them and the final. It can be best described as...
No, you don't. It's called Ditch the Dungeon. And this is how it works. Before ascending the loathsome ladder, the attackers must escape from the stock market and then make their way over the slippery Splatalot.
It's then time to climb to the top where 4 flags await the fastest 4 attackers.
But in their way will be all manner of slimy, grimy weapons.
And in no particular order, the 3 defenders chosen for this round are... the feather-wearing, green-haired bundle of joy we call Kookaburra.
The vile arch-villain archer we call Vane.
And the defending ace who's only nice to your face.
Fatal. All for one?
And one for most of us.
Wow, what a team.
So the attackers are in the stock market. We have Brittany in yellow and green, Hasan in orange, Alexsandra in the zebra stripes, Tobias in blue, Joshua in green, and Christianna in yellow.
Vane is prepping, Fatal is focusing, and Kook is singing to himself as usual.
And they're off. Once out of the stocks, they make their way to the dungeon gate. A little bit fiddly there.
Hey, pick that up. Pick that up now. Yes, everyone pick that up. Pick it up, put it over your head.
For a minute there, they were actually listening to him.
He is the master of confusion.
Oh!
That bowl looks delicious, dude.
It's toothpaste. Your oral hygiene sucks. I know. Open your mouth. I'm the dentist.
And Dentist Kook gives Brittany a foam filling, and that leads to a moat water mouth rinse.
So what I'm trying to do here, guys, is I'm creating a portrait. That's the first layer. That's the white. And I put some blue on there.
Oh, beautiful.
Well, I don't know much about art, but I do know I wouldn't ask Kookaburra to decorate my house.
I think he's a true artist. His work is bold, dynamic, and full of cascading colours that collide with each other, then take new directions.
In other words, it's a Splatfest.
Yep.
Zebra hunting.
Alexandra's in Vane's sights. Down she goes and zwobble!
Hey, son, bro. You got a beard. That's pretty cool. We're beard brothers, bro.
That's got to give Hasan some cause for concern.
Cool lally! Well, that slime ball has definitely concerned him.
Hasan must wonder what just hit him. First Vane getting friendly, then Fatal getting fiendly.
Oh, headshot.
And Christianna's down.
There's only one queen of this castle, Christianna.
Pretty serious defending there from Fatal.
Stop what you're doing.
What's Kookaburra up to? Oh no, he's pulling Brittany with a pokey pike.
And that's enough to say. Style spinning 360 degrees as she heads down the ladder.
Here, I'll help you out.
Alexandra pauses to consider Fatal's offer and ignores it completely.
But she still loses her grip and takes Joshua with her. Sukagawa!
In fact, it's a multiple splat. First, Alexandra takes out Joshua, who takes out Brittany, and then Alexandra finishes it off with Tobias. Wonderful stuff.
Nice work, rookies. You're doing really well. Really good job, Fatal. You want to hold it like this, though.
Oh, thanks, Tips.
Not sure if the other defenders actually appreciate Kook's advice.
Joshua nearly at the top. He bows down as if receiving a knighthood from Fatal, but instead receives a trip down the ladder. Arakari! And once more, one attacker's downfall is another's undoing, as Joshua collides with Alexandra, and they both end up in the Kishka.
Go away.
Kookaburra's really making use of that pokey pie today. This time, Christianna is suffering.
Great leap from Hasan.
Dominoes!
Yes, there go Christianna, Joshua, and then Alexandra. That moat is getting pretty familiar.
My artwork's ruined.
Is that a Van Splat?
From vile jokes to the vile volley. Moo-moo!
This time, Tobias gets splattered back down the ladder.
And just when you thought it couldn't get any harder for the attackers...
Oh! It's the purple plague! It's the purple plague!
Yes, here it comes, and there they go!
The plague wiping out everyone in its path. Can it be stopped?
Well, I could always hit the rewind button.
Well, that just means it's going to happen all over again.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
So, the plague is released, but from this angle, you can see Hasan cheekily grabbing onto Tobias, who slips and tries to take Hasan with him. But he fails and starts sliding down.
Yes, Hasan's still trying to hang on, then reaches over to Brittany, forcing her to lose her grip, and they all head downhill.
I don't know what he's got to smile about after all that.
Hasan's taking out his teammates.
Brittany and Tobias pick themselves back up, though.
Fatal prods, and Tobias once again slides.
Take out the yellow! Take out the yellow!
Gummaloo!
More work than jazzercise.
Do you think all the defenders work out to jazz?
I doubt Scab does.
Now, can the attackers get back into this?
Ah, Joshua's throwing paintballs.
And he hits Kookaburra. Kookaburra's actually crying.
But he stopped defending, leaving Fatal with it all to do.
The attackers are almost there.
Kookaburra's still having a strop. Bane tries to hose them back down the ladder, but it's not working.
And Fatal gives up. The attackers have broken the defenders.
Brittany makes it to the flags first. Then it's Tobias, Alexsandra, and Joshua, all pretty much together.
Christianna takes a slide of shame. Look out, Hasan!
Nearly.
Son, what happened to the power of the beard, bro?
Hasan puts on a brave beardy face.
But the rest put on an impressive display of flag waving and cheering because they know they've made it to the final.
I quit! I quit!
So the finalists are Tobias, Joshua, Brittany, and Alexsandra.
Wow, what an incredible round!
I've never seen Kookaburra in such a stroppy mood.
And he's quit!
Yes, we haven't just lost 2 attackers, we've lost a defender too.
Which will make the crown even harder to defend in the final.
So will that give the attackers the upper hand?
Don't forget that course is incredibly splatty with or without Kookaburra. Time now for Splats of Fame.
Where we take a moment to celebrate some truly classic splats.
And that's why we call it Splatalot. Time for a splat stat attack. Now, many of you have questioned why Dick wears this, but it's the hat doing all the work, as I shall now prove on this shop dummy.
Take it away. Joshua and Alexandra have similar records. He has come 3rd and 4th so far, whereas she has finished 5th and 3rd. Brittany is our most improved attacker. She came 4th in the moat challenge, but 1 ditched the dungeon. However, Tobias is the favourite with a 1st and 2nd place to his name. What have I missed?
Well, I've just proved that you're about as useful as a shop dummy. Here's a reminder of the finalists.
We have Joshua, Brittany, Alexandra, and Tobias.
Ooh, hang on, here's some breaking news. Kookaburra has asked for his job back.
Yes, he's apologised after his earlier outburst, and the others have forgiven him. So they're now back to full strength for the final.
Which begins with the dire mire and barrier of all barriers.
Then it's a trip across the terrifying T's which lead to the scary go-round.
Once on board, the attackers have to get up and over the annihilating arm before landing on the gruesome twosome.
Once past the clobbering cannons, it's down the royal ramps and over to the rock wall.
Then, after a tricky climb, the Splatalot crown awaits its new champion.
Bane and Fatal there, looking focused and ready. Scab appears happy. Thorn is determined. Kook, under the weather. And Medivh? Well, who knows?
And here are the attackers. Brittany's in yellow and green, Tobias is in blue, Alexandra's in stripes, and Joshua is in green.
Round they come to the dire mire. Joshua is slightly ahead, but Alexandra is catching up. And she's the first over the barrier.
Joshua has another go, and yes, he's over too!
Looks like Alex has lost her stripes.
And Bane's lost his aim.
Brittany's still barred by the barrier. Joshua is the first to brave the terrifying T's and the first to fall off.
How about Alexandra? Good, 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 good. Whoopie-doo!
That one looked like it hurt.
She was so focused on her feet that she never saw the water blast coming. No, Brittany's now joined the others just as Tobias has a turn on the T's. Can he make it? No, he can't.
How about Gritty Brit? No, she can't either. Those T's are tiresomely tricky today.
Here's Alex, leaping onto the scary go-round.
Oh, how'd she get up here?
Back to Tobias on the T's. Wow, what a leap!
Yes, that was terrific.
Unlike your bad puns, Joshua hanging on.
Are you still on the tees, bro? Come on, I gotta eat lunch. Gotta eat brunch. Dinner's around the corner.
Alex is on top of the arm, but look at this! Britt is trying to sneak under. And Brittany.
Nice try, Brittany, but the arm wasn't having any of it.
Tobias leaps onto the scary go-round, and he's jukesing.
Can Brittany do any better? Yes, she's on the arm.
Welcome to Thorne's Cartoon Corner.
What's Thorne on about now?
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting attackers.
And true to his word, Thorne vaporizes Brittany, but she's made it onto the gruesome twosome.
Yes, another great leap, and somehow she hangs in there.
Alexsandra still needs to get past the arm. Wimble doodle.
I taught an attacker. I did.
Batjoy!
Thorne's pretty animated today.
Thorne, you actually defended for once. Good job, champ.
That's rich after Cook's display in round 2.
Alex seizes the opportunity to leap. Thorne tries to stop her, but she manages to hold on.
Now can Tobias do the same? Nishiwaki!
Splatter in, splat attach.
And it just goes to show that in this game, a miss is as good as a splat in the moat.
But he picks himself up and heads to the clobbering cannons.
Now, if you haven't seen the show before, you might be wondering why they're called that.
That's why. Beltex!
They always fall for it, quite literally.
Joshua tries for the gruesome twosome, and he makes his landing.
Alexsandra has made it over to the royal ramps. Chronic toot!
The royal ramps there with yet another right royal splat.
Joshua's turn now. He makes it onto the second ramp.
Brittany's ready to join him. There she goes, and yam-yo-yo!
Well, true grit Brit delivers a high kick, but the ramp just sent her moatwards.
Scab rules number 33. Don't shower unless by me.
What's more scary, that rule or the fact that there are another 32 just like it?
Joshua is getting drenched.
Scab rules. Kookaburra! Alley-oop!
Scab shouts for a goo grenade, Cook delivers, and Shubushi!
What a rare glimpse of the defenders working together there. Kookaburra throws Scab a goo grenade, and down goes Joshua.
The defenders are celebrating, but have they spotted Tobias? He's made it onto the rock wall.
He's climbing and making good progress. Can the defenders stop him?
He's almost at the top, just a few steps away from the crown. What about the other attackers?
No, Joshua's too far away to do anything about it. Tobias is there. He reaches for the crown and becomes the new king of Splatalot.
Joshua came close, but not close enough.
What's Cook up to?
Oh, that's not the headgear Brittany was hoping for.
And Tobias looks triumphant in his new tower. So well played, King Tobias. As Dick predicted, he was the red-hot favourite going into the final and emerged a worthy champion. Got anything to add to that? Eh? No? Oh, lovely. This is so much better.
What's he doing back?
Sorry, I thought it was you. Right, time for Splat of the Day. And it comes from Rafael in round 1. He had a blast until he was knocked off his feet and collided with the incline.
Yeah, you can almost see the surprise in his eyes, as if he's had the shock of his life, like he's just found out that his best friend has replaced him with a shop dummy.
It was an honest mistake, OK? Anyway, we can't discuss that now, as it's time to look back at the journey to the crown. Tobias was fastest round the moat, finished second in round 2, and didn't disappoint in the final.
Woo! So let's hear from our new ruler. All hail King Tobias.
My first act as King of Splatalot is to throw one of you in the moat. I'd love to throw all of you in, but today it will be you, Kook.
That's payback for Kookaburra's awful behaviour in round 2.
Payback. I like the sound of that.
What do you mean?
It's my bro right there, bro.
Oh, I see. So this is your idea of payback, is it?
Yep. We'll have plenty more splats for you next time, but for now, we'll leave you with the Splatterpult ceremony.
Take it away, Coop!
I need a lifeguard! I need a lifeguard! I'm a pretty good looking one!